Hi everyone, my name is Ben Dettelback and I'm the principal trombonist of Symphoria. Today I'm going to show you how I personally record my multi-track videos using GarageBand, my iPhone, and a MacBook. As I've experimented with and learned about the technology more and more, I've found that multi-tracking is really helpful in staying creative, but also in things such as your intonation, your ensemble awareness, and your general sound quality. But the thing that I found most helpful with multi-tracking is score study. By learning literally every part to whatever you're playing, whether it be an arrangement or an actual chamber music piece, you really learn that piece to a whole new level, and the next time you play it with a real ensemble, it's a completely different experience. I started doing multi-track videos using the Acapella app on my phone, and I think that app is really great. It is super user-friendly, and you're able to record super short snippets of music, which is great if you're just starting out. You don't feel daunted by a super long piece that you want to record, and it's really difficult your first time. The reason that I decided to find other ways to multi-track videos is because I wanted to record longer pieces of music and I felt a little boxed in. So today I'm going to be using a program called GarageBand on my MacBook, and I'm going to be using this thing which is called an audio interface, which connects via USB into my laptop, and this microphone which is a dynamic microphone, and it is the EVND44. So you don't need all this fancy stuff. You can actually just use headphones if that's all you have, but if you have, because the the headphones have to have a microphone on them, so even the Apple ones really will work fine if you're just trying to have fun or make short recordings just for yourself or your family. But if you have a Zoom microphone recorder, then and that has the USB capabilities, you can plug it in and use it like I'm going to use these things. But if you don't worry about it. Use some headphones for now. Okay, so here we are on my computer, and I'm going to open up GarageBand. Okay, and I'm going to click New. So, oops, New Project. Okay, so empty project, and this is where we're kind of setting up the workspace that we're going to be in. So here we can change the input device. So right now I'm using Scarlett 212 USB, which is the red box that I was holding before. So that's going to be my microphone. But if you're just using a pair of headphones, like even one of these or the Apple headphones, then you would select built-in microphone, and that would mean it was recording from the built-in microphone in your headphones. If you use system setting, that is going to record from your laptop directly, and that is going to be just about the worst audio settings that you could possibly ask for. So I'm going to click this, and then for output device, this is what you're going to hear if you wear headphones. So I'm going to click built-in output, because that's going to be the headphones that I'm wearing. Okay, so the piece that I'm going to demo for you guys today, wow, that sounds so YouTuber. I'm not a YouTuber at all. But I'm going to play a trombone quartet arrangement of the Jurassic Park theme. So it's in 4/4, and the key doesn't really matter here. I think that mostly is if you're using like a guitar or some kind of instrument you can plug in that's electric. My trombone is not electric, and I know the tempo is just about 96, 94, 96, whatever. And then from there, I'm going to hit choose, and we are shown this page. I'm going to hit, this is for the microphone. If you were to use a MIDI keyboard, you would choose this. I'm going to connect a guitar or bass, pick this, and I've never played the drums, so I'm not going to worry about that. And then these settings are the input settings again, so don't worry about that. Alright, and now we have a brand new workspace. So this thing on the side and this thing at the bottom are not really important right now. So to get rid of them, we're going to go to the top left corner, click these two buttons. Okay, now when I record, it's going to show up here. And in order to make sure that all the tracks are lined up, I like to use a click track. It might sound like cheating, but I'm not sending this in as an audition tape. I'm not using it for anything but my own pleasure. So I am going to use one. And so if I just hit the spacebar right now, it'll play this emptiness. And you'll hear the click track or the metronome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, you get the idea. Now, we should have set up the click track already in the very beginning by setting the tempo. So you can see when I said 96, it showed up right here. And 4/4, C major, it doesn't really matter about the key. And if you wanted to change these settings for tempo, you would do one of these guys, and then for these you would click on them. I've never messed around with that setting before, so if you do know what that is and can mess with it, go ahead. Also for this drop-down tab right here, all I care about is the beats, because right now I'm going to be recording music, so it's going to be in 4/4, so that actually matches up. If you're going to make a podcast or something that wasn't music, but you're recording your voice speaking, you could pick time. Or beats and time, beats and project. And then in order to turn the metronome on and off, you click this button. So purple means on. And then this feature right here, the 1, 2, 3, 4, that's a count in. So yeah, you can see that. If you want to count in, generally I do use a count in, but some people when they record, like so let's just practice or try and test run. If I hit record, boom. After 4 clicks, it starts recording. So you can't hear that because it was on the headphones, but one more time, if I just click this, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, play. And now it's recording. So some people I know will hit record and just leave these first 4 beats or 8 beats blank and then start on the third measure. But some people like to count in. Sometimes it's easier to sync up tracks if you start directly at the beginning, but if you have a piece with a pickup or something in the very first bar, sometimes it's nice to have that extra bar. So it doesn't really matter, it's just your personal preference. So from here, let's add some more audio tracks just to set up our workspace a little bit. So right now, this is going to be my bass trombone part, or part 4. So let's label that. And we're going to hit this arrow button, or the addition button, to create another track. And it's going to use the same settings as before. So let's click Create. You're going to see Audio 2 appears. And I'm going to label this one 3, because it's going to be trombone 3. So I like to record 4 through from the bottom up. And let's do that again. This one's going to be called trombone 2. And this one is going to be called trombone 1. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add 4 more tracks now. And these are going to be used later on, but I'm going to call them 4A, 3A, 2A, and 1A, and we'll come back to that later. So now all we have to focus on is 4 through 1. So let's start by recording our first track. I'm going to get rid of these again. And so I'm going to start with the bass part. And I'm going to use the count-in. You're not going to be able to hear the click track because I'm using headphones. So they're only going through here. You're not going to hear them. Okay. Okay, short snippets for now since this is just a demo. Okay, and now when I go to record the third part, I'm going to hear both the click track and what I just recorded in my headphones, so you're not going to hear them. So I'm going to do this quickly. Okay. back to the beginning, click 2, and now I'm going to hear the click track, part 4, and part 3 all together when I record the second part. Okay. Okay, go back to the beginning, click 1, and we're going to record the first part. Okay, so now if we listen back, plug these, you can hear. Okay, so it's not super in tune, but we're going pretty fast, so. And now we're going to, so that's only the first 3.5 bars. And the piece is obviously not over. So what I'm going to do from here, zoom in a little bit, and you can see the audio, the waveforms of the different parts right here. And you can see that the last note ends, and that's where the music stops. So let's cut these off a little bit farther in, because here you can hear from when I hit the space bar, you can actually hear that click right here. So just to cut that extra noise out, we're going to start, it doesn't matter, but a little bit before the end of this, and we're going to click 4A. And now we're going to immediately start recording in this new track right here where we left off. And that way, by overlapping the audio files, you're going to have a seamless connection, and there won't be a big break. So that way you can record 4-bar chunks or 8-bar chunks or 12-bar chunks at a time, and you don't have to worry about going through the whole part and not making any mistakes or playing perfectly in tune when you don't have anything else to listen to if you're just recording the very first part. So just to demonstrate that, we're going to keep going. So okay, and now we're going to do the same thing for the third part. So click on 3, and okay, and now we're going to go to the second part. Yep, and I messed that one up because I started in the wrong spot. So we're going to redo it. So I just deleted that, and see how easy it is to just do certain spots over again if you mess up. One thing that I think about in this is it's a way for me to be creative and for me to have fun and express myself and figure out ways to be musical without the pressures of messing up. Because if you're going to make a competition tape and you messed up one chunk, you've got to play the whole piece again. And I think that is something that is not always necessary. You don't always need that pressure. And this is just fun. This is dumb movie music for 4 trombones. You're never going to hear this except for when you see me on Facebook or something. So this is just for me. So I think don't feel bad if you mess up and just redo it. So I'm going to redo that. Okay, that was better. Not perfect, but better. And the first part. Alright, so now we go back and listen to the whole thing. Turn off the click track. Man, I can't play in tune today. Okay, so if we go back and listen to this transition, you're going to hear that it's not as noticeable. It just sounds like I took a breath in the middle of the phrase. I would probably redo that. But for the bottom parts, yeah, it just sounds like a group breath, which might be what you want, probably not, but that's something you could go back in and play with. Probably how I would remedy that is by having one of these parts in the first choir or whatever play the next note and then have an overlap. So, like if the fourth part, and then, so that is right on the seam, and then you wouldn't have that. So then it would just sound like doubling. So play in tune. But yeah, that's basically it. The only thing I would add is if you want to change the click track, you come up to track and you can see show tempo track. So if I click this, you will see that right now the click track is at a steady 96. But if I wanted for it to speed up right here, I could click on the line and you'll see a dot appear, and then another dot here, which is where I want to speed up. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and you just drag this dot up. Let's say this is going to be really fast, but just for example, okay, 10 clicks isn't that much, but if I were to bring this all the way up to 160 from 96, that's a pretty drastic change. So that sounds really fake. So then you can take this dot and change this curve here so it's a little more natural. So that's how you would change the click track. You can't change the meter it's in, unfortunately, but you can change the tempo. So yeah, that's basically how I do it. The last step would probably just be to click this tab right here, which is your EQ and kind of your mastering section. And the only thing I would add maybe is a touch of reverb, which is these two dials. You can mess around with these, but that takes a little more skill that honestly I really don't have. So what I do is I just turn the ambiance up and then the reverb up a little bit, and that changes it. Unfortunately, you have to change it for every track. There's got to be a way to do it for the whole thing, but I just play trombone. So let's just do that real quick, just to hear the difference. Maybe it'll help my pitch too. Okay, so back at the beginning. You can hear there's a little reverb on there. Sounds a little different.
So once you've recorded all of the different tracks for your recording, the next step to making it more of an acapella style video would be to listen to it with headphones and play along to each of the individual parts in front of the camera. So you're kind of cheating your way into a video recording, but you essentially achieve the same effect if you can go in and line them up. This isn't exactly the same as acapella, since in acapella you would record them at the same time, but in acapella you are forced into the structure of having to record the whole part in one take. So I think with this method it's a little easier. The video and the audio might not line up exactly perfectly like they would in acapella, but chances are people who don't play your instrument probably won't notice it anyway. So might be a little trickier with strings, with vibrato, or some things that are more easily caught on camera, but at least with trombone, I have not had any issues with lining up the slide or any breathing thing. Unfortunately, adding the video in would require another software, and I think it's a little bit too complicated to go into now. I think just recording the audio is a good place to start. I've found so many creative opportunities with it in making accompaniments to excerpts and playing along with that accompaniment, to performing duets, recording one part and then just playing along with the other, not making a recording, but actually having the ability to perform and play with a track, I think is really cool. It's not the same as performing with a duet partner, but in times like these, sometimes it is necessary. But there are just so many creative possibilities that I hope you're inspired, and I hope you do try this out. I think it's a lot of fun, and I'd love to watch any videos or listen to any recordings that you make. And yeah, that about does it. I hope you're all staying safe and healthy, and I hope to see you at a Symphoria concert soon.